I'm conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
Peace and love, soul group. Peace and love. Peace and love. Oh, it feels good. The energy around me right now is just uplifting, reassuring, convincing, healing. Oh, man. Blissful. Abundance. Gratitude. Man, I'm connected. Welcome to another episode of I'm Conscious Now What? And I can feel it. I can feel it. And everyone's like, he's showing his face. You guys is wow. You should just feel the rush of energy that I just got. Like somebody came on. He's showing his face. Let me tell you the story. Quick story. Today is Conscious Chatter. I'm going to open up the phone lines. You can cut my stories off at any time because you guys know I'll just blab up all of the time. The phone number is 734-230-2744. I want to hear from you. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since we've given you a chance to really share the platform with us. But, you know, I was meditating this morning and I just kept seeing my face. In this meditation, like my face, like my hologram of my face. And it was very like vibrant. It was full of life and full of, looked so powerful. You know, it looked like a astral face and a 3D face combined, you know? And I kept seeing my face. And when I would see my face, everything that I said, it was just uplifting, reassuring, confident, powerful, you know, blissful, wealthy. It was just all of this. It was like giving it to me. And so I kept seeing it. And so I asked my higher self, I said, higher self, why do I keep seeing my face? And my higher self, it was like, it brought back everything that seeing my face added to me at that time. You know what I mean? Everything that I just said, blissful, reassuring, you know what I mean? Confident, you know what I mean? It was an awesome experience. And then as I received everything from seeing my face, all of this confidence, all of this new bliss, and you know what I mean? My higher self showed me our soul group. This shit was wild, but it was bad. I saw the soul group, you know, and I instantly got it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just reassuring, right? To see a face. You know, I'm not one that always hides. You know, I live for this shit. I do this shit now. And I just needed some time. You know, I went to a new secret space that I created a couple hours from my house. And it's away from, you know, all of the technology. You know what I mean? And I got to spend like a couple days down there. I did a couple live streams from there. And it's basically a tent and a cell phone, you know. And it was very, very life-changing for me, you know, just to get off grid, just to be off grid, just to deal with me, to recharge, to, you know, strengthen my connection. And yeah, this morning I got that visual. I said, well, shit, let me show the soul group my face. You know, someone needed to see it. I see it all of the time. Listen, I want to hear from some of you, those who are, if you feel led to call in, if you got something you want to share, want to get something off your shoulders, you want to start a conscious chatter segment. Today is the day because I'm just rambling, enjoying the life, enjoying being connected. And you know what I love so much about this greater version of me is that I'm constantly changing and I'm getting used to it, you know? Because at first it was kind of you didn't know what to expect, you know. When I first started changing and adapting to this energy, I kind of thought like it was something wrong with me, like I was losing it, or you know what I'm saying? Just these were the conversations that I was having with myself. And I began to like isolate. It was weird. I know a lot of you experienced that. I just began to isolate more. But now I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm adapting. I'm accepting the changes, the changes in my personality, the changes in my abilities to tap into more of my DNA, to change it, to unlock variations of my consciousness. It almost feels like I'm unlocking DNA, that I just call it a blockage in English. Maybe it has something to do with the chakras opening up more, getting more energy through. But I feel great. And what's so mind blowing is there's a lot going on. I jumped on the internet today, getting caught up, and there's a lot going on in the United States, and I'm developing like this space. I've been telling you guys about it for a long time. This space in mentalism, in mind, in consciousness that I can go to, standing up, laying down. I haven't done it in the car yet. I don't recommend you do these type of things in the car, but I can practically do it anywhere now. And I think what's the term in English? Astro traveling, something like that. I'm digging that. I'm loving that. I think it's astro traveling, where you don't have the out of body experience, but you can go. There's another word for it. It'll come to me. But I'm able to just focus and go into like that little, just slip into a slightly higher trance and, get up out of here in my mind. And these activations are getting more vivid. Real wouldn't even do these experiences any, it's just incredible. It's just incredible to be alive and know that you're alive, to become lucid in the awakened state is, I don't know if they got a drug for that one yet. But yeah, I run over to the chat. We got a couple folk in here. I'll come over to the chat with you while I wait. What up, Antonio? Antonio's in the chat. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you so much. Stan Lee is here today. What's up, Stan? And Individual. I think I got a message from you. I'm gonna have to connect with you and Individual. Hey, I think I slid over. It was either an email or inbox somewhere, but I just ran over one of your posts. Peace and love to you. It's good to have you here. Precious P, I love you too. Thank you. I accept that love. Thank you so much. Don't worry about it, Antonio. Yeah, get that homework done. Stan Lee, remote viewing. That's what it is. I love you. They call it remote viewing. Yeah, I'm really digging that. I'm really feeling that. And I'm understanding now. It's like now I'm getting like the I won't say the basics because I'm there. I just want to learn how to utilize it for something other than just dozing off and coming back and saying like, wow, that was cool. You know what I mean? I really want to use this because this is awesome. This is awesome. You actually jumping like to different spaces or places that, wow, it just, defies all time, and it's weird, but it's cool, and I'm digging it, you know. And I can do this now, you know, with cars riding by, you know, with noise. It's very, very cool. Thank you for that. Remote viewing. Lancy Beckham, peace and love to you. Sebastian Hotch, peace and love. Sebastian says, how can you start believing, experiencing spirituality? I can't believe in it yet, but I really want to. Well, you just, you know, you just answered your own question. When you say I can't, you will always be what you say and what you believe. So it's just a matter of you saying I can and pursuing what you feel, because this is something that you feel or you wouldn't be here. You could be anywhere on the internet right now, but you wouldn't be here on I'm Conscious Now What if you weren't feeling the energy here. Maybe it's something new to you. Just say I can, and you know, put your big toe in the water, and if you like how it feels, just jump in. You know, just jump in and live. My light is crazy today, so forgive me. I don't know what's going on with the lights. It's crazy. It's just, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm out shining the lights. It's a Wednesday Conscious Chatter. Don't forget, if you want to talk to me, the phone lines are open. Don't be shy. You could call in 734-230-2744. Anything you want to talk about, anything you want to share, any jokes, any recipes, because I'm just going to be babbling today, you know? I'm just going to be babbling today. Hello, life on the move a lot. Got one coming in.
Call from Saja. Accept.
Peace and love, Saja. How are you? You're live.
Hi, Derek. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing so well. It's a pleasure to have you today on Conscious Chatter. What's going on in your universe?
Well, there's a lot going on in you know, school and stuff like that. And you know, there's something been really bothering me about, you know, picking like what you want to major in and what you want to do. So I don't know what to do with that.
The uncertainty on your path? Is that where you are? Yeah. That's what I'm feeling. How old are you?
16.
16. That's very, very normal. You know? Yeah. That's very, actually, you know, at 16, that's pretty good, because I know when I was around that age at 16, I was just playing sports and, you know what I mean? Bowling, and I wasn't even thinking about my career path. So, you know, in 2017, I know we are a little more conscious, or we got more technology. So it's just a matter of you to give you, you know, I'll give you a little easy tip here that should really, really help you a lot. You know, just go by how you feel. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, because everything is feeling first. We just sometimes overlook the feeling and go to the perception of it. But you feel a certain way when you think about what you just told me. You feel a certain way when you think about pursuing school, or you feel a certain way when you think about pursuing your singing career. I'm just throwing that in. You know what I mean? One, you'll get like a little, oh, I would love to do that. That's so exciting, man. That, you know, you get that feeling. And sometimes one, you'll get that, should I? Like a worry, like a uncertainty. It doesn't feel good, you know? And since I've been doing this to the T, I do what makes me feel good now. And not like a horny feel good, the feel good like, Okay, yeah, that's that. You know what I mean? It feels good. It feels right. And when you do that, so far for me, I have no regrets. If I feel good, do you know what I mean when I say it feels good? Like if when you think about pursuing school or your education, how do you feel? Think about it now. Just think about it now. How do you feel?
Uncertainty, I guess. Just what if something goes wrong and I just don't like what I'm doing and I'm like already done with it? Like the education part.
Based on your English language of what you're saying, you feel worried. That's the, if I had to translate your English, what you're saying, because yeah, you feel worried. It's like a worry. It's like a burden on you. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. What's something else that you want to pursue? Because it's two things. One is school. And what was the other that you said? You said you had something else going on.
Probably freedom.
Freedom? Freedom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16.
Just to do whatever I want.
Yeah, to do. Yeah. Now, how do you feel when you say freedom?
Feels good.
See the difference? You see the difference?
Yeah.
All right. Now you have to sit in both of those. This is just, you know, and I do this with every thought almost now, my conscious thinking. Do always. And I'm just telling you this. You'll learn this for yourself. I'm just going to give you this download right now. You can hang on to it until, you know, you're confident in it or you want to let it stay there. But always do what makes you feel good. That's the life. That's the life.
Yeah.
That, you know why that breath of freedom feels good? Because you're a free will being and you can wake up one day and you might want to do something. And the next day you might want to do something else. And the next day you see what I'm saying? But when we get caught up into what we call a matrix, you ever seen that movie, The Matrix?
I actually haven't.
Oh, that's a great movie to see. I recommend that to you. You know, that's a great movie to see. Sometimes when we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, we do it because we just feel like we got to do it, but it doesn't feel good at all. And that's when we get the stinking thinking and the low vibration and all that other stuff that comes with it. So just do what makes you feel good, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Derek.
No problem. Anytime. Anytime. That was a great example. I don't like this light, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna just, yeah, this is weird. I'm telling you, when I just implemented doing what makes me feel good or what feels good, when I use that as like my, I don't know, I'll just call it a filter for everything and just apply that to like so many aspects of my life, even in my relationships and in my decisions. I'm telling you, I just balanced out and shit just got a lot easier. Really, it was like the flow just got a lot smoother. I'm very, very conscious of that. I don't know why. Maybe this is something that maybe I'm on to something. Maybe people have been doing this all of their lives, or maybe you guys got this, but yeah, do what makes you feel good. And you know, when I say feel good, you'll learn how to feel. You'll learn how stuff feels. You know what I mean? It's not the touchy, lusty, feely stuff, but it just feels good in and out. It's like perfect harmony. You know, it's like you align up and everything is perfect, like a perfect chord in your favorite song. Yeah. Do what makes you feel good. Back over at the chat. Hey, Kelly, what's going on? Good to have you here. Great to have you here today. Astrid H asked me, what's my take on hypnotherapy and past life regression? I'll tell you my take on that. There's a little space that I have, and I can feel it every time someone talks about past life regression. There's like this excitement and eager to learn more. I had a young lady on here that we got into it a little bit, but that's a great point. I am very interested in that because I find it so intriguing. I ran into I forget her name now, but it was a sweet old lady. Beautiful soul. I found her online. I ran across her channel on YouTube. Oh, I can't think of her name, but she's been doing past life regression teachings for years, for like 30 or 40 years. Some of you know her name, a sweet old lady. She passed away. And I'm telling you, just from watching maybe 3 or 4 of her videos, it just sparked something in me. And I'm very, very interested in not only pursuing past life regression, finding out more how to, bring that up in my consciousness, but it as a therapy, like as a healing mechanism to be able to use it with, people that you care about or people, that life brings your way, and help people heal from just taking them back and making it good in that past life. And what it actually does, what I was getting from it was it's like clearing out karma, kind of helping people clear out karma and clear out fears and clear out obstacles that are in their present moment that are like still bleeding through from past lives. So I'm very interested on it. Don't know a lot about it, but yeah, you just reminded me. That is her name. Thank you, Astrid. Dolores Cannon. That's her name. Yes, Dolores Cannon. Beautiful soul. I ran into her about a year ago, and I didn't even know she had already turned within, so I got up on her late. Beautiful soul that is. Dolores Cannon. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you for that question. Phone lines are still open. Just touching down on a Wednesday Conscious Chatter. And want to get those of you who would like to attach your energy. You could do that today by either calling in, or you can put your question for me in the chat. We won't be here that long today. I haven't read her books. Back on the topic of Dolores Cannon, Astrid, but her videos, I mean, I've watched 2-hour videos with her, I think 3 or 4 times, where she was actually breaking a lot of shit down, making a lot of stuff make a lot of sense. Very simple too. That's what I loved in her spirit. Her spirit and her soul is just so gratifying. She's just it's a lot of light that comes out of her. All right, an individual wants to know, tell us a story of you having a memorable experience with a non-human entity in the astros. Ooh. And I said, ooh, like almost like I was in trouble. Man, I have had so many experiences now. I've had so many experiences now. I'll pull one up though. Give me a second. I'll pull one up, an interesting one, just to kill some time. Yeah, I'll make it good for you too. I tell you one. This is a good one, and this will help. And I don't know why I got this. I just feel like we got a younger audience with us here today, so I'm just gonna bring this up. I talked about this maybe a couple times on a podcast, I think with Cropper, and we talked about this on the show. Now, your life force energy like the power, like the energy that resides in you. You are energy. And the more energy you have, or the more energy you're connected to, or the more energy that you put out or take in, the more powerful you are. And so we got a huge problem going on in the world because of the internet. The internet amplified this problem. And this problem is, porn addiction and masturbation. Okay. I know I had my share with it, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I had like a 2-year masturbating, I don't know what you want to call it. It was just something I went through late in my life. I'm in my 40s. You know what I mean? It just came out of nowhere. And I know why I was doing it at that time. And I've told this story before, and I'm going to get to what I was going to tell you guys. I'm really just killing time, but I know why I was doing it. I was in the point of time of my life. I wasn't married. Good. They cut me off. I'm going to catch this call and somebody remind me where I left off at.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Nah, you got to say your name, because y'all be playing. If you can't say your name, you can't get on live with me. So when you call in, make sure you say your name. So I was talking about, I'm going to turn this down. Why I was, at this particular time, I was masturbating so much. And I was in between. I wasn't married then, and I wasn't in a relationship. And, it is, and I'm not saying this. Well, yeah, I'm going to say this because this ain't no big secret. It's some shit out there now. It's some stuff that you can catch out there now. In my mind, I told myself, instead of me being out there, and I was in a different town, so I didn't really know anybody. You know what I mean? I think what made it okay, or made me have peace and confine in masturbation, because it was to the point where I would rather just masturbate and get myself off than going out there and catching something. You know what I mean? So that was my justification. And that's how I was able to just slide into this, not even knowing that, man, I was burning a lot of life force energy. Now we're back to the life force energy. Every time you masturbate, right, you got this life force energy in you for creation. It could be creative creation and even the creation of life. We have a seed as men, and, any stimulation of the sacral chakra, that life force energy gets to boiling, it gets to rising, it gets to rising. And we have some exits on our body for this energy to leave. It can leave out of the penis, it can leave out of the mouth, it could lead out of the top of the head. It could, we have a lot of different exits for energy to leave. Physically, in men, it leads through the penis. So when you're a habitual masturbator, you don't have a lot of life force energy. In retrospect, you don't have a lot of lucid dreams. You probably don't even remember your dreams. You're not as active. You yawn a lot, you're tired a lot. You don't have that, just to give it your all every day and play the game of life to your fullest. And it's just, you just feel fucked up. Excuse my language. So here's the lucid, the experience I had on an out of body experience. This was an out of body experience as of which I didn't have enough energy to get all the way out of body, but I was halfway out of body, kind of in between sleep paralysis and half out of body. Some of you been there. You're out of body, but you can't move, but you're out of body because you can see cool, freaky shit, right? So I had just masturbated, right? That's why I'm telling you guys this. And I mean, I shot out like a rocket, because every time you masturbate, you do have like a quick out of body experience, because your consciousness, you forget about everything. You forget about your cell phone bill. You forget about what you were doing a second ago during these orgasms, right? You're moving energy. It's like a miniature pin top head of moving the Kundalini energy experience. But it's similar, you know, you're moving energy, but nothing like when you have a Kundalini awakening. But each time you do this, this is for creation. So I had just masturbated, and you know, I was laying down in just the right position, and I didn't move right after, and I kind of slid into that altered state of consciousness. And when my third eye, when I became conscious of that I was sliding out of my body, I looked around me. And I always say this because people are going to think that this is, you know, just some shit I'm making up. True story. When I say that, that means I really want to drive this home. I couldn't even count the number of, I just call them interdimensional parasites. They just look like, man, they look in between a spider and an octopus and a crab and all that shit mixed in between. And they were everywhere. And I could, in the astral realm, see the energy that I released from my orgasm. And it's kind of weird. It's trying to describe this energy, but I knew it was me. It was literally a part of me. You see, in the astral realms, everything is like energy. You could really see energy. So that orgasm I had was actually a part of me leaving. You guys kind of know what I mean, but I could see this shit. And these fucking parasites were fucking eating me alive. They were eating this energy. Scared. Listen. People ask me, how did I stop, or how did I get my masturbation under control? Now, I'm not going to even act like I'm brave and say it's something that I did on my own. You know what I mean? Because I probably would have still been going now. But when I saw that, these parasites were literally eating me. And as they ate this energy around me, it was me. I was conscious that it was me. I was getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and they were everywhere. You couldn't even number these beings. It's like they feel this ram, and it's like they just wait for you to have this orgasm, and they just eat you. And if you become conscious of this, that's why after you do this, you're so tired. I know we think we're tired because we actually did that. It's not a lot of work when you think about it, you know, 2 or 3 minutes at the most. So you're not tired. You're literally losing life force energy. You're being eaten by these interdimensional beings. And I think these are some of the beings that they talk about that feed off of us, that need our energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is my story. So that's my story of one of my encounters of a interdimensional being. I have a lot of them now. And sometimes when we had a little fires outside, we'll be doing it a lot in the wintertime. I like to share these stories with family, and they just think, some of them, if you could see the looks, because they tell stories, and their stories are usually, you know, like little jokes, you know, what's the difference between this and that? You know, you hear a lot of the stories, but when I get on there, I be talking about some crazy shit. I know their eyes just be like, is he fucking serious? And I love it, man. I get off to it too, man. I love when someone looks at me like they trying to figure out, like, is he for real, or is he losing it? Or it's a great feeling for me, man. You can instantly turn on the one-dimensional beingness in people when they give you that look, like it's a connection, you know, because I'm always looking them in their eye too. So I'm telling them this far out shit about these experiences that I have, and I'm finishing their sentences at the kind of, I'm gonna be honest. Now I play in a fun way though. I don't violate people's free. I play when people get in my presence. Now I know some of the abilities that I have. So, you know, once I look them in the eye and make that connection, and I start feeling their energy, and then the telepathy part kicks in, so I can like hear them and feel them before they speak. So it's, you know, I'm playing with their words a little bit, and I'm getting good. And the look that I get from them, I freaking know how these interdimensional beings cause us, they feed off when we get angry, and they stimulate, put us in situations to make us angry. You know what I mean? But mine is so minute. Mine is just, I kind of get off to that look they give me when they realize I'm connected to them. You know what I mean? But my wife's niece, I did it to her, and she's conscious, you know, and I did it to her, and she just smiled and she said, "Ooh, that feels weird." That's exactly what she said. And my wife kind of looked at her, and my wife was like, "What is he doing to you?" You know? And she said, "I don't know, but it's weird." And then she's like, "What did you do?" You know? And it's weird how I do it. It's like, that's why I tell you guys, always look people in their eye. Oh, get confident at looking everyone. I mean, that should be the first thing you do when someone comes into your space, is look them in their eye. I mean, connect. You'll know what I mean. You'll feel the connection. One or two things happen. People that are used, that get something from connecting with people, because everything is energy now. When you looking into that eye, you know, you're gonna, especially with men, they first of all, they're gonna try to fight you for the alpha male shit, you know, the physical shit. You know, some guys don't want to look in your eye and look up. They don't even worry about that. That's just a front. Connect to the energy. You know what I mean? So when you look into the eye, connect to the energy. What do I mean by that? You'll feel it. As soon as you guys make the connection, you'll feel the energy if you know what your energy feels like. If you got to that point where you know what your energy feels like alone, to where someone can walk in the room and your eyes is closed and you can feel it, you could do this. This gets fun, you know? So basically it's the eye connection. You know what I'm saying? The love at first sight, eye connection, you know, because it's all energy. It's all, and that's what it feels like. At first it's weird, but it's supposed to feel like that. You're connecting. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't have to be lustful, but most people fall in love with someone when a male has the courage or a female has the courage. So when they meet, they just look each other in the eye. You know what I mean? That's not, you know, and usually they like, oh, it was love at first sight. No, you just tapped into some shit that you always had. You actually connected with that person. Y'all connected. You see what I'm saying? You'll be surprised how many people don't look people in their eye. And some of these people work for businesses. You go up to the counter and they say, "Can I help you?" And they won't look you in the eye. Yeah. So yeah, it's the connection. Everyone that comes in my path, if you ever meet me, you're gonna feel it, because I just have to do it now. It's like I get something from it. It's like I download something from you. All I need to know, as if should we exchange energy? Should we keep this conversation going, or should I keep my energy and get away from you? That's exactly what I'm doing. But the only what I have to get used to, because this is great, I don't want to downplay this at all, is when I go out and there's a lot of people. I'm still trying. You know how, see, I have to go out more around a lot of people. That's all. I'll get used to it. You know, you will adjust to it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, fine tuning an instrument or a piano. You know what I'm saying? I want to have this energy fine tuned to where, as my abilities keep coming, I'm just tuning them, fine tuning them to where, you know, I can walk around with them and not feel like I'm out of space or I'm freaking people out. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll feel your energy. They will. So you have to learn how to control it and not put too much of you on them. You know what they'll probably take it like you're the alpha, because your energy, your aura will be so strong. All right, last call on this phone. I'm gonna turn these phones off. It's 1:38. I'm just running off out the mouth. Thank you. It's just conscious chatter today. I just miss you guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to tell some of you. Now, I've been talking about this for a long time. Well, at least about 90 days. I've been telling you about the other channel that I was going to be starting. And as of now, I have completed the other channel. And I'll just touch on this a little bit, because we family here. You know, you guys know I love you here, you know. But I I'm the type of being where I thrive. I get bored easily. You know what I mean? I have to always be creating. I have to always be challenging myself. I'm in this groove now where I just love creating, and I don't even turn around and after I start creating, I just keep creating, not even looking back at what I'm creating. And so challenge things that used to be challenges for me, or things that I used to want to do but never done. I'm like getting that shit done now. So I went on and I finished the other channel that I want to launch. And this is something that I always wanted to do for a long time. I love to laugh. I love perspective, and I just love to hear other people's opinion, other cultures. That's just something that I love. So I'm starting, and this channel is gonna be a little weird because I'm a wild boy a little bit. You know what I mean? So this channel has been named, and I'll let you guys know, first when I start uploading content to this channel, because this won't be a live stream channel. This will be a channel that I'm just really uploading a different take on consciousness, having a lot of fun though. There'll be a lot more laughing and a lot more perspective on this channel. It's going to be a lot broader now. It won't be like as niche as I'm conscious now. We're home now. We got like a certain, frequency here. This one will be a little wilder, I'm telling you, but it will just help you to get used to all different levels of perspective. Let me see who this is.
Call from
Cole.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Peace of love. Cole, you're live with Derek Dunlap on I'm Conscious Now What? What's going on in your universe?
Not much. I actually talked to you like the very first I'm Conscious Now What?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I was like the first caller ever, but
hey man, peace and love to that.
But I have a few questions for you.
That's for the first caller, man. Thanks a lot, man. Shoot them. What's going on?
Yeah. So religion. Like, I've had a bunch of stories told to me that like how this religion has worked for them. For example, my brother-in-law, he had to search for an apartment and he had to get it that day for his family.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't find one all day. And then he went home and prayed. And then all of a sudden his old friend texted him and said, had the apartment and everything he needed. So I'm just curious, like, these things work as you believe them. So it's just weird to me that, like, lately I've been thinking that everything that, like, if you fully believe something, then it will just, like, work for you.
That's true. You hit the nut, right? I mean, you hit the hammer right on the nail, man. That's it. You are as you believe.
Yeah. So I was just, because like this religion thing, it's like a bunch of separation and fear, but
yeah.
Like,
well, religion
at the same time, they believe it, so it works for them.
Exactly. And religion, picture religion like this, man. Religion isn't like a good or a bad thing. Religion is just like, let's just compare religion to, you got this ocean, right? You got this ocean, and the ocean represents consciousness. Okay. So just visualize the ocean, and the ocean is, to us, is huge, right? It's big, man. Right? All religion is, is when you look at it for really what it is just someone just taking a bucket of water. That's how small it is as far as in consciousness, and scooping up some of that water and just, like you said, separating it from the rest of consciousness. There's nothing wrong with being religion. But one thing about being in religion, you can't go outside the boundaries of religion. So you can, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. I was very religious. Very. I was raised. My grandmother was Baptist. I went through it, and you can speak things because you're describing your experience is different. Instead of saying, I am the Christ, I am the Christ. I am. You see what I'm saying? You give that to a deity in most cases. You give your abilities to a deity. Some type of deity is chopping up your energy. It's like you're doing a joint venture with your energy, with a deity. You're giving deities all of the praise and glories for what you're manifesting. But in retrospect, you're actually the one doing it. And you're speaking it, you're believing it, you're saying it, you're creating it. But you just splitting the credit with a deity. That's how I see it. And there's nothing wrong with the deity. I know the deity loves all of the extra praise, and I would too. But even Jesus said in religion, these things I do, you can do even better, because we're going to a higher source. We're going to the source. He said it. I think. Jesus never.
Then I was thinking about like the source.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to my friends about it, and like they were thinking like that there's like this good and bad thing. But then I had a thought that like this source is like a tree. So like it breaks off like a tree. So there's like more than just good and bad, and there's like several different aspects. But
you see, and that's why a lot of people are gonna love the new channel. Good and bad is just perspective. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got a lot of it's just perspective. That's where that came from. It's just perspective, because you got a lot of stuff that's good to you that I probably fucking hate. That's bad. And vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they still good and bad. Yeah. It's just a difference of perspective.
And then like, for example, like my parents, they got split from their church.
Mm-hmm.
And then like they thought it was wrong that they got put in a different church, but if it didn't happen to them, they would think it's the right way. So like it's just like a catch-22.
Yeah, it's just a part of the experience, man. It's my grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother was very religious, and to this day, she was still a beautiful being, man. You know what I mean? She was still a beautiful being, and all she had was religion in her Bible, and see, this is how I am. I won't take, like, I could see a religious person, they could call in, or I can have a great relationship with a religious person, because I would never take anything from someone else. If that's all they have is their Bible and their religion, who am I to take that? Why would I even want to take that from them? And I see that's what they're alive in. I see that's what makes them glow. That's what makes them happy. Why would I even want to take that? You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Unless I'm just a selfish individual and think, okay, it's not okay for them to believe something that, outside of what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes, and a lot of religious people are like that. So that's why we have the controversy. They think, I'm religious, so you should be too. No, you keep your religion. That's what makes you happy. I'm happy being free. You know what I mean? I'm happy knowing everything that's going on. I know the religion. I know Hindu. You know what I mean? I know they call them the all of these different remixes of spirituality. You know what I mean? Especially in 2017. I mean, we got a lot of shit out here now.
Yeah. And then another thing that I've been realizing lately is that, like, we're all kids here, no matter if you're 100 years old or like 2.
Right. We're all infants here, right?
Yeah, but like everybody still has, like, since they were 5, they have those characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you change them, I guess. But still, like, that's still, like, I was just watching this architect who built a skyscraper in New York, the AT&T building, and he was like, this lady was interviewing him, and he was like, or the lady asked him, "What do you teach your students? Do you teach them any wisdom?" And he's like, "No, I don't have wisdom. I'm just a kid like everybody else." And I just thought it was pretty funny.
Well, he just telling it, man. You know, the older people are, and this is why I love this platform is so special to me, because I'm 47. Now, how old are you?
I'm 20.
You see, but still, I'm interacting with a generation under me, and then we even have some that's 16 and 15 and 14. So it's like I'm connecting with the new souls that's coming in, and I learned so much from you guys. You know, see, because I'm open to receive.
Oh yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And all that older guy was saying was, I've just created more bad habits than you new people coming in. You know what I mean? We all just babes, because I really ain't learned nothing but a bunch of bad habits, stuff that I'm doing over and over and over again. But you guys are like a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Because we would just we'd just become old rotten fruit if it wasn't for the new crops coming in with new energy and new ideas and new perspectives. That's what it's about, man.
Another thing that I'm going crazy about is that like you were saying on one of your videos, if we're like trapped here or whatever, and like it makes me not want to have a kid at all, because I don't want them to go through the same emotions that I have trying to get to this certain age. Like, because I feel like everyone goes through depression and like all these different emotions. And then, like, why would you want to put another being through that just to be you?
You know what I really want to think, and I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna let you listen to the rest of this on the live stream, okay? Thank you for calling in, because I might be a little long, but thank you for calling in.
Thank you for doing this.
No problem, man. Peace and love to you too. Peace and love to you.
Love you too.
All right, bro. Love you. Now, I'm gonna close with this, ladies and gentlemen, because this might be a little long. Just when that kid said that, I got this download, right? Just when he said, that's why I don't want to bring kids into this, you know, reality, because I don't want them to go through what I'm going through right now. You know what I mean? And I downloaded what he said, and then I traced. And if he was here, he would surely understand. He'll tell you guys what I'm saying is true. And I traced of what made him feel like that. And it's almost like they don't deserve to be here, or they don't deserve to go through what we're going through here. That's what he would tell you, because that's what I felt. That's what I felt. I'm sorry. And I just got like this flash from feeling that. And it's like I got this download of how it was. Now, this might sound like some crazy off the wall shit, but you know, I'm gonna tell you what I felt. All right, deep breath. What I saw was, it's almost like where we are now, how we even feel about sexuality and our ability to create. You know what I mean? It's like we're creating out of a spell, out of a genetically modified reason to even procreate. You know what I mean? And I'll get a little more into this. It's like and I told you guys on a different live stream that we are genetically modified. So if we are genetically modified, I'm talking about in this what we call the physical aspect. That kid said it. We're actually being born into this realm like a genetically modified hack-like way. I know that's all we know in this life, is the only way we can get here is we have to be born here or created to come here. And what I'm here to tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, I saw it, and I'm speaking what I'm pulling down right now. There was a time when, you know, creation was not this way. Okay. Creation was not like a lustful thing. It was a purity thing. And the creation was done in the mind. Okay. And creation at one particular time, these beings were both male and female in one. There was no separation. There was no slicing of the DNA. Okay. And creation was done in mind. Whatever that they wanted to create was created in the mind, minus the lustful stimulation or the agitation to reproduce. Okay. Now, do you think it's cruel that they force, roosters and pigs and bulls to procreate? I know you saw some of them videos, right? Why do they do that? Why do they do that? Why do they make those animals procreate? One out. I mean, the women's just stay pregnant. The animals stay pregnant, artificially squirting it in them. Why is it so important for these animals? All of the animals, the whole meat industry is habitual with procreation. Have you heard that as above, so below? It's levels to this shit. We are actually being manipulated to breed. In 2017, we are a genetically modified physical being, and we are breeding. We are bringing a lot of life into this dimension out of lust. There's very, very, very few of us on this planet right now that actually right in the intercourse are visualizing the child that they want to create in mind, because the ability is there. It works. You could bring a anointed, high vibrating, whatever type of human being that you want. You and your mate can both visualize the child you want to bring in here while you're playing with your creative energy, while you're stimulating each other. It's harder said than done. I'm making it sound easy, but it takes a very special two beings to do this in the midst of lust, to turn that lust from lust to love. Most people are just Fucking. And like this child says, it's like a part of this curse. You're fucking and you're bringing souls in under this curse. The Bible said it calls it sin. That's what the Bible calls it. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, that's why you feel that way, because you're actually, the majority of the souls here got here that way through intercourse. So what are you saying, D? There was a time when there was no fucking physically like that. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just telling you, it's not like I'm agreeing with it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. I like the stimulation of making love too. But there was a time, and history proves they covering it up now. There was a time when man and woman were one, literally one. Okay. And something happened. The stories that we're getting, and this is just in English, something happened around that Anunnaki time when they was, messing with the DNA, and they created this man in their image. And I think they took a little bit from the woman and a little bit from the man and, made two separate individuals, right? And then told them to be fruitful and multiply. And back in them days, it was what? To work. Kind of like a slave race, right? It is what it is. So that's why you're feeling like that. I think we were intentionally, we just we just do it in a little more creative way than the animals now. We sign papers and shit now. We sign papers and, we go out on dates and, we buy beautiful things. We just, that's what we do. That's what marriage is in 2017. We just dress it up a little bit. Not that it can't be a beautiful thing, because I got a beautiful marriage, but that's why there's so much breeding going on. Even in the human race, we're breeding. We're not procreating with our minds and using that sexual energy to bring some more light beings, not even taking the chance, putting your light in your creation and creating a being with the mind, with that pineal gland and your consciousness and that sexual energy. You can connect and create. Yeah, and there's a lot of people talking about that, but that's what I just saw from when that young man was talking. Listen, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for just joining us for this conscious chatter. It's been a while. I wanted to open up the lines. I had the vision earlier today where I kept seeing my face in my meditation, and someone just needed to see a face today, and I'm glad I could provide mine. I'm doing what makes me feel good. And I feel good being here today. It feels good being here today. It feels good. See you guys on the next live stream. Peace and love.